Okay, let's do this. Should be easy enough. Crap. Oh, gray, totally burnt. I TIG welding. I'm never ever going to do this again. And where did we go? I'm going to shut this off. Well, that part didn't come out exactly as it should. I mean, the weld was okay, the penetration was okay, but if you use a small brush and try to clean it, well, it doesn't look that bad. The problem is that that guy has been TIG welding for a couple of days. And he expects to be a professional in just a few days. And I'm just going to say that that's not going to happen. I'm used to welding MIGs, mostly repair works on larger stuff, solid steel, pretty much 5 millimeters and up. Not so much on thin sheet metal. And I had a project that required me to do welding in stainless steel. And the project was to construct subframes for my boat chairs, or my boat seats. And I had a lot of stainless pipes laying around, so I couldn't find anything here in Sweden that was perfect because I wanted to drop down seats. And the only way to solve the problem was to make them myself. And so I ditched my old MIG, got a TIG welder, a pretty neat machine from Vector Welding called New York 2500. It has all the bells and whistles you want from a TIG welder, AC/DC, plasma cutter, and you have the ability to set pulse, and you can change the hertz and balance on the AC/DC side. So we have everything else that post-flow, pre-flow, and post-amp, and you can set the seconds. With pre-amp, you can set the seconds. So, I mean, the machine is not the limiting part. The limiting part is that guy, exactly that guy, or that guy. So, what you can't expect when you start to weld, and I have to say this also, when I grew up and my father did a lot of construction, and he always told me that welding aluminum is the hardest part you can do. I don't agree. Welding aluminum, in my case, is fairly easy compared to welding stainless steel. And if you are going to weld stainless steel in different dimensions, like the subframes for my seats, it's going to be a solid flat piece of metal in the bottom, that's 5 millimeter thick, and then I'm going to weld 1 millimeter thick pipes, 25 millimeter times 1 millimeter. That's going to be the subframe. And I can tell you that's not easy. If you look at a lot of videos when they try to teach you to do MIG welding on YouTube, you see that they cut off perfect coupons. And they make them 3 or 5 millimeter thick, lay them together on the table, and then you try to weld it. I mean, I think everybody can learn somehow to do that. Welding tight areas around the pipe, different size materials, and so on. that's a totally different ball game. And I have tried almost all the settings. I mean, I've been welding now for 2 weeks, and I think I learned a lot, and I want to share some of that experience with you. When you buy a TIG, you will probably get the standard torch. This is a WP26. I would like a smaller torch, but most TIGs come with this size. You can also get a 17, a much tighter, smaller torch. You can always change those parts afterwards, but normally this is what it comes with. It also comes with ceramic cups. It also comes with collets, and you don't get the fancy gas lenses or anything like that, mostly in those packages. So it's going to be the turbulent gas flow, and you won't get the spread that you want, and you won't get the size cup you want for making welding stainless steel. I mean, for welding aluminum, size 5 or 6, perfect. Doesn't matter that much if you use a gas lens or the standard collet either. I haven't noticed much difference in that. But if you are going to start TIG welding stainless, for me it helped a lot to get a glass cup so I can see better around the weld, see the puddle better, and it also helped a lot with the gas flow if you have a gas lens. So I got from Edge number 12 cup and the gas lens for that, and it made my welds in stainless a lot better. I'm not saying that it's a must, because if you're a very good welder, you probably can weld perfect stainless also with the standard cups that comes. You can go down in size in cup, but for keeping the oxidize away from it, I mean, it helps a lot using a number 12 cup. And I mean, somebody would call it cheating. I don't call it cheating, because once you learn to get the right flow, the right amperage and everything, so you can make the feed go fast, so we don't cook the material. I mean, the thing is, you have to get there. That's the point. And the thing with stainless steel also is that you see all those fancy colors in the steel, and the people do welds, you see the beads absolutely perfect. I mean, that's okay. It shows that you have the control over your welding, but does it make the part last better, hold better? No, probably not. The thing is that if you cook it enough to get it gray, then you cook all the chrome out of the stainless, and the stainless ain't stainless anymore. So I'm going to show you this part. And this is probably the perfect example. I mean, on this side you have a weld that is colorful, and this has been outside for a couple of days now, and once you have cooked the material, it starts to oxidize. It's not stainless anymore. So that's one thing to be prepared for, that if you cook the material enough, then you cook out the chrome out of the material, and the stainless steel that you bought and paid a lot of extra for is not stainless anymore. So that's the reason to get the perfect color on the welds. It doesn't matter for me if it's gold, purple or silver, as long as it's not cooked gray and a lot of pores in it. That's the thing. So what I want to say with this is, if you start TIG welding, have patience, because you're not going to be a professional in a couple of days. And you can learn on coupons as much as you want, and probably get perfect welds from that, and that's a good start, I don't say that. But as soon as you start to do some advanced things like the boat seats or the subframes for the boat seats, you're going to find that it's not that easy, even if you can do perfect welds on coupons laying flat on the table. It's not going to make any difference. You have the control over the weld, but you still have to follow around the corners, you have to follow around the pipe, you have to learn how to get the puddle perfect if you are welding a 1 mm material to a 5 mm material. It's very, very easy on thin pipes just to burn a big hole, and then it's going to be crap. So the bottom line on this is don't expect to be a professional the first days. Let it take time. Practice on scrap metal you have in your workshop. And most important of all, don't give up. And don't be afraid to play with the settings. And just to make it easier, get a gas lens. It helps a lot with the gas flow. And I mean, it's not mandatory at all, but if it can help you get perfect welds, and if you're doing stainless steel, if it can help you get perfect welds and not cook the material, I mean, that's a game changer right there. So my 2 cents on this is start TIG welding, be prepared that it looks like crap, but don't give up, because it's so much fun the day when the day comes that you actually see a perfect weld, when you see those colors on stainless steel and so on. So that's all from me. Take care. Bye.